Okay, so this is now a thing that I'm dealing with that I didn't want to deal with to begin with, but here we are. Welcome to TNT Episode 1, where I talk, you listen, and somewhere along the way I stop talking. Okay, so the top thing that's on everyone's mind is where is my remote? I had a remote and now I can't find said remote. Possibly I need to clean my room. That being said, yeah, I can't find my remote. Oh wait, no, it's not there. But whatever. There we are. We got some form of backlight somewhere. It doesn't matter. Okay, so the riverboat fight. I don't normally concern myself with such weird bullshitty matters, but apparently it's the only thing that anyone's ever fucking talking about, so we might as well talk about it. Some drunk rednecks got pissed off because a dude who was part of a staff of a larger boat carrying actual passengers were pissed that they had to move, so they fought, and it turned into this whole entire thing. And apparently, now the only notable member of this is apparently a lawn chair that someone used to hit one of the pissed off rednecks, and now that's a thing. Apparently, everyone's getting like shaky fingered at and be like, "Hey, no, you're not supposed to fight because that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing." What else is in the news that I barely pay attention to? Trump's in trouble again for being Trump because that's what Trump does, and everyone's naturally pissed at him because now his party's going, yeah, but no, and the DOJ's going, why? And Trump's like, haha, I'm invulnerable, but he's not, and it's just this whole entire thing. Meanwhile, people are still getting slapped all over the place, and it's weird because now there's like an actual slapping league where people who slap are considered athletes, and it's this weird thing that's been slowly evolving. It started in Russia, and then all of a sudden, for no reason whatsoever, it became this national sport. There's actually a slapping league with legal and illegal slaps, which is weird for me because now you've got two people facing off against each other, and that's like, why are you doing this? Why is everything so violent? Everything's so violent. And then you've got TikTok's algorithm going absolutely nuts. You've got people constantly focused on random people getting into fights, and it's like, why is this a thing? Why are we so focused on the harm of others? Why are we so focused on like the bullshit drama? Why do we constantly feel like men and women are just at the tipping point of just some weird gender based civil war? I don't get it. Maybe it's because I don't have the same experiences as everyone else. And maybe because I genuinely don't really have a stake in any of this weird drama. And more importantly, because I've got enough self respect in myself not to go after women that, you know, like to play games. If they're like, I like you, but no. And then I asked him, well, what's up? I just wanted to go for coffee. Well, I wanted you to do something better for me. Like what? Give me a gift card. No, you've got money. Get yourself a gift card. I'm not a sugar daddy. Um, I I honestly can say that I'm more curmudgeonly and grumpy than I actually have any right to be. And I'm kind of isolated, which is why I started this channel to begin with, as a way to kind of connect with others and do something collaborative because it's not always easy for me to reach out to people and be like, hey, let's do something, unless it's like on a project or whatnot. So I was like, all right, cool, might as well do this. So that's what textbooks and Top Ramen is all about. And if people, take part and they upload content, that's cool. And if they don't, that's also cool. It'll be just another thing that I tried, didn't work out, and now it just kind of exists on its own. Um, because I get very, very annoyed with unnecessary drama. Like things that don't prevent me from going about my day normally, like religion, politics, what's happening in other people's lives, that kind of thing. And it's almost a bit insulting in a way. I mean, not insulting, just transformative to kind of talk with or talk to or start a podcast and like just be like, hey, here's what's going on. Because when it comes to pop culture, when it comes to politics, when it comes to that kind of thing, I don't really concern myself with it because to me personally, it's not important that there's some rock star out there that just randomly decides to pee on a man's face on stage and then be like, this is how I express myself, and then the rest of the world's like, that's how you express something out of yourself. That's true, but that's not how you express yourself. It doesn't matter to me that the Oscars are, political. It doesn't matter to me that everyone's going on strike because they're losing their shit because of rising cost of living and like the same rate of pay. It's almost like this entirely a foreign concept to me. Like I'm an outside viewer. It's like it's there, it's happening around me, but am I able to interact with it? Am I able to talk with it? Am I able to like have it affect me in some way? And for the most part, those answers are, no, because it's kind of isolating. And that's why I started textbooks and Top Ramen to begin with. So I've got a couple of friends who are also going to be creators here. Um, I had I had to look through the list of roles and permissions and be like, okay, well, what if one of them gets like a little bit pissy and be like, yeah, nah, nah, and then they end up deleting the whole entire thing. So I had to go from managers to editors because editors have the same permissions as managers, except they can't straight up delete the channel. They can't straight up delete content. Um, and that is about as much control of over the things as I want because um, you can upload, you can do whatever you want, but since this is a group thing, there's gonna be like a little bit give and take, If someone uploads one thing and another person like, yeah, and then they get into a tiff, and there are all kinds of personality types within a group dynamic. Um, because I've had that happen before, where I started a group channel. It was called uh, For the Boys, and back when that whole entire thing was still popular and everything. And I was like, all right, cool. So I added a bunch of emails to like the manager thing, and everyone started uploading things, and then very, very gradually, within like 3 days or so, the whole entire thing just kind of it collapsed in on itself because the kind of content that they were uploading, it was offensive to me. I felt almost horrified by it. So I put a stop to that, and I've been very reluctant to collaborate with anyone on anything for a while. And then I was like, I'm getting older. I need to figure something out. So that's what I did. Again, textbooks and top ramen. It's about, the experiences of the average student, whether it's like scholastic or personal or work or whatever the hell, or just a place to vent off. And again, if it takes off, it takes off. If it doesn't, that's fine and dandy. I try not to do these things for clout or stardom for the wrong reasons. Because before I was like a number of stages. I was like, oh, cool. I've got this many subscribers. I can do this now. I've got this many followers. This feature is unlocked. And then it just became this tiring cycle of anger and frustration whenever I didn't get the views I was looking for. And then finally I just kind of gave up on chasing those views or going viral or getting well known or getting established in the community. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do my own thing, and if it takes off, it takes off. If it doesn't, that's perfectly okay. But my personal mindset is not to dictate the mindsets of others. If they want to like chase those numbers, then that's fine and dandy. I remember being at that age where all that stuff kind of mattered to me. Um, if they want to chill, then that's fine too. The whole entire point was to do a spur of the moment thing, which kind of brings everyone together in their own weird way. You've got one member of the group who's amazing, but their personality is against the grain in a certain way, and that's fine because you might get a kick out of them, you might not get a kick out of them, but there's always an audience for someone somewhere. I myself, on occasion, will do like uh, readings on the channel just for the hell of it, just to keep myself in shape because I'm a little bit out of practice because these last few weeks have been an absolute stress test on me between things going on at home, what I personally am going through. Um, there's I've got kittens, I've got goat sources, which aren't problems. It's just it's just absolutely interesting. So there's a lot happening. And some of the content isn't gonna make sense, but then it was never meant to begin with. It was just a way to create a way to make sure everything works out the way it's meant to work out. Because sometimes people need that space. And even if I'm not really focused on the ground level stuff that people are striving for, like, jobs, families, grades, stressing out about student loans, bills, that kind of thing, I can at least provide a small way for people to kind of alleviate their own stresses. And that's pretty much all I've ever wanted to do. Just make people happy. Oh, that is my fucking finger. As for like the whole entire T-bit, um, the only real tea that I've got to spill is the fact that this little one is adorable. Yes, yes, he is. Yes, he is. So that's that's about it. Um, yeah, that's pretty much about it.